Okay. Good morning, all. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Abhishek. So, all of you know that from Friday you have the first mid-semester examination. So, already in the last class I have told what will be the syllabus from my part. So today I'll also summarize that things. So, what do you suggest? So, will I discuss the new topic today, or will I brush up all these things that so far I have discussed and discuss some problems? Whatever you will suggest, I'll follow that thing. And should I discuss some new topic, or should I discuss what are the syllabuses, and I'll discuss some problems?
So it would be great if you could repeat the syllabus once again. I missed the class and I.
Okay. Okay. So just I'm summarizing whatever so far I have discussed, and out of that, what will be the syllabus for my part in the first semester examination that I'm summarizing. After that, I think I should discuss some problems which might come from the topics which I have already discussed and which will be coming in the first next semester. Okay. So let me share my screen first. Can you see the blank screen? Can you see the blank screen or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just I'm summarizing the topics. I'm writing out down the topics name here, whatever, whichever I've discussed in your class so far. And out of that, whatever will be the syllabus from my part, I am also discussing that. So firstly, I've started discussing, this is the module 1, which I am discussing. Module 1, that is function of complex variable. So I have actually discussed 3 PPTs in the class, but the questions will be coming from the first note, which I have already shared in the Google Class. There's a function of complex variable. In the function of complex variable, firstly I have discussed the basic preliminaries. In the basic prelims, I have discussed how to define the function of complex variable. How to define a function of complex variable. So there I have discussed that a function of complex variable can be written in the form of u plus iv, where fz is actually w. So z as x plus iy. So we can write down this in the form of f of x comma y equals to u comma v. So here number of independent variables are 2 and number of dependent variables are also 2. Okay. So before that, I have discussed basics of complex numbers. Basics of complex number means how we can define a complex number in the eigenplane. What are the different properties of complex number? Already I have shared all these things. So then I have discussed the function of complex variable. In function of complex variable, I have discussed how to geometrically represent a function of complex variable. You know that since there are 4 variables, so we can represent all the 4 variables in a single frame of reference. Rather, we can consider a z eigenplane where we can consider the independent variables, and there is a w eigenplane where the image of these independent variables will be mapped. So here we can consider that a 2-dimensional geometrical figure will be mapped from z plane to w plane. This is the geometrical significance. Okay. So after that, I have discussed few definitions. The few definition section I have discussed. What is the neighborhood of a point? Then I have discussed interior, exterior, and boundary points. Then I have discussed open set, limit point, closed set, connected set, what is the definition of domain? All these things I have discussed. So before discussing the next topics, next things which I have discussed, just I want to tell you that the question pattern, do you know the question pattern of the first mid-semester examination? Do you know or not?
No, sir.
Okay. So question pattern, just I hope in all these subjects this question pattern will be same question pattern will be followed. So just I am telling from maths. So I hope for all the subjects this sort of question pattern will be followed. So unlike the first year, here the mid semester will be of 30 marks. So first mid sem will be of 30 marks. So in 30 marks there will be 1 hour duration. So in 30 marks, the segregation will be 5 questions will be there of 1 mark. So total here there are 5 marks. Then there will be 2 questions of 5 marks. Sorry, I hope 3 questions of 5 marks. This is total 15 marks. And there will be 1 question of 10 marks. So in this question will not be MCQ, rather this question will be subjective questions. And the 3 5 marks questions, there can be one single question of 5 marks. Otherwise, there can be segregation of 2 plus 3, 4 plus 1 like that. In the case of 10 marks also, there can be a single question of 10 marks. Otherwise, there can be segregation of 6 plus 4, 5 plus 5, 7 plus 3 like that. So this will be the question pattern. And another thing you need to keep it in mind that there will be no alternatives. That means there will be 5 questions of 1 mark. So you need to answer all those 5 questions. There will be 3 questions of 5 marks. You need to answer all those 3 questions. And there will be 1 question of 10 marks. You need to answer 1 question. That means there will be total 9 questions. So you need to answer all those 9 questions. There will be no ORs. Okay.
So how we had like odds in our previous year, like previous time, like first year, like each question had a odd. That will that be a case for the 3 and 10 mark or?
Yeah, here there will be no ORs. Okay.
Or there will be no odd. Okay.
Yeah, that means there are total 5 questions, 5 subjective questions of 1 mark. You need to answer all those 5 questions. There is no OR. Okay. So in the previous case, previous year, you have with 1 questions there was OR. Okay, but here there will be no ORs. That means total 5 questions will be there without any OR. Here total 3 questions will be there of 5 marks without any OR. Here there will be total 1 question of 10 marks without any OR. Okay. Is that clear? So in maths, in this 1 marks question, there will be subjective questions. So from my part, I can tell you, just try to go through the definitions. Already I have discussed in your class. I have shared the class notes. There also it has been mentioned. So it may come in the question that what is the definition of open set with an example, or I have given one example. You need to justify whether this is an open set or closed set, like that. So from my part, there will be 2 MCQs. Okay. 2 MCQs. Yeah, 2 MCQs. And here there will be 2 5 marks. And in maths, there is, I think there is a single question of 5 marks. There is a single question of 10 marks. There are no alternatives. So in question number 1, that means in group 1, group A and group B, all the questions will be from module 1 and 2. And in group C, in maths, the question will be coming from module 3. That means in module A and B, the question will be coming from my part as well as from Anubhav sir's part. And in part C, the 10 marks question will be from Krishanu sir's part. That means from basic statistics part. And the A and B will consist of the function of complex variable as well as the probability distribution. Is that clear? Is that clear, or do you have any kind of doubts? If you have any kind of doubts, you could ask me. Because here I am discussing all these things elaborately. Okay, so if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can ask me.
Sir, your syllabus is up to this few definitions only, na?
First mid semester syllabus.
Yes, sir. After this topic,
No. I am just summarizing this. I am discussing whatever will be coming. Okay.
So can you please scroll the page up?
Oh.
So it's-
This one.
yes, sir. I'm just copying it.
Okay.
sir, instead, can you upload this Evernote in Google Classroom?
Yeah, I can share the link here also in the chat box. I'll be after the class gets over. I'll be sharing this link in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So you can create one account. If you don't have an account in Evernote, then you can do this. All these things I have the note which I have shared, everything is there. Okay. Okay. So these things are there. After that, I have discussed how to check the existence of limit. The limit of a complex valued function. So when I have discussed the function of complex variable, I have discussed two kind of function of complex variable. One is complex valued complex function. And there is real valued complex function. And I have also discussed how to geometrically represent a function of complex variable in the form of a MATLAB code. I have also discussed. Okay. So how to check the existence of limit of a complex valued function. After that, I have discussed how to check the existence of continuity. Then how to check the existence of differentiability. Then I've discussed the concept of analytic function. Then I have discussed the Cauchy-Riemann equation. Then the necessary and sufficient conditions. For a function to be analytic. Okay. Then I've discussed few examples based on that. Then I've discussed harmonic functions. And I've discussed the first method. There are three methods I have told. I've discussed only the first method to find out the harmonic conjugate. So up to this I have discussed in your class, but in the first mid semester from my part, you don't need to study all these things because the question will be coming up to this, how to check the existence of limit. Up to this, the question will be coming. So all these things, although I have discussed, so I have not given the questions from those parts in the first mid semester, since just you are doing the class for 1 month so already, although I have discussed, so I have not given the questions from these things, so that you don't have that much of pressure of this subject, because you are studying all those subjects in second year. Just now you are in the second year, so I didn't want to give you so much of pressure. That's why I have not given questions from this part, although I have discussed this. So the question will be coming up to how to check the existence of limit of a complex valued function. So the main thing that you need to focus on, so first you need to know what is the definition of a complex valued function, how we can define and how we can segregate the real and imaginary part of the complex valued function. Then the few definitions which will be required to study the function of complex variables, such as neighborhood of a point, then interior point, exterior point, boundary points with examples, then open set with examples, then what is the limit point, and if a set is given, how to find out its limit point, then closed set, then connected set, then domain. All these definitions are required. So these definitions will be given as the subjective questions of 1 marks. Okay, the definitions and examples. After that, the long questions, that means the 5 marks question will be given based on how to check the existence of limit. That means a function of complex variable will be given to you. A particular point will be mentioned. You need to identify whether the function has a limit at that given point or not. This one. So up to this only, the question will be coming from my part. So there are 2 questions of 1 marks and 2 questions of 5 marks. So total there will be 4 questions from my part. 1 mark question, 2 1 mark questions, and 2 5 mark questions. Is that clear? Is this clear or not?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Do you have any doubt on any topic? Just I forget. So either there can be 2 questions of 1 marks or 2 questions of 5 marks, or there can be 3 questions of 1 marks and 1 question of 5 marks. Just I can't remember right now. Either there will be 2 plus 2. From A there are 2 questions, or from B there are 2 questions, or from A there are 3 questions, from B there is 1 question. Anyway. Okay. So if you have any kind of doubt in any topic up to this, you can ask me. I can discuss with some problems or examples like that. And the first note which I have shared in the Google Classroom, so that is enough for this first mid semester from my part. So if you have any kind of doubts in any portion, any part which I have told here, you can ask. Or if you think that some examples on some part I should give, or I should discuss some problems, then also you can ask me. I'll discuss. So in limit also you need to remember the theorem that I have told. So theorem means, so just I'm summarizing the theorem. Theorem means say fz as u plus iv, a function is given. So u and v both are functions of x and y. So let us check the existence of limit at say z equals to z0. So z means say x plus iy, and z0 let's say x0 plus iy0. So if you are asked to check the limit at z tends to z0, that means whether this z tends to z0 fz exists or not. If you have to verify, then you can use this theorem also. That means if uxy has a limit whenever xy goes to x0 y0, and let's say this is u0, and if limit xy tends to x0 y0, vxy equals to v0, then if the real part has the limit u0, imaginary part has the limit v0, then the overall function has the limit u0 plus iv0. So that theorem I have told, you can remember. So some problems, if you are asked to find out the limit If you are asked to verify the limit, then you need to verify with the help of the path dependent independent method, which I have discussed. And if you are asked to evaluate the limit, either you can directly evaluate the limit, otherwise you can just segregate the function in real and imaginary part. You can find the limit of real part, you can find the limit of imaginary part. If both exist, you can combine them to get the limit of the entire function of complex variable. Is it okay? Was that clear or not? Can you remember this? Can you remember this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if this function is given to you, let's say fz, just I'm asking how to check the existence of limit. Fz is given as x square y square by x square y square plus x minus y whole square whenever z is not equals to 0 and the functional value becomes 0 whenever z is 0. So this is different, and you are asked to check the existence of limit. Check whether limit exists at z equals to 0 or not. And how to proceed? Can anyone tell me? So let's say this function is given. So here the imaginary part is missing in the function, just real part is there. So you need to check the existence of the limit at z equals to 0. That means whether the limit exists or not at z equals to 0. Then how you could check? Anyone? So I didn't share the CR equation part in the Google Classroom so far. Although I have discussed, I'll be sharing after this mid semester gets over, because this portion will not be coming in the examination. Okay. So can anyone tell me how to check whether the existence of limit? I have discussed this though. So by path independent dependence method, you can check. So you need to proceed to z equals to 0. So z equals to 0 means the origin. So we can proceed to the origin through different paths. So either you can choose any two paths and you can show whether limit exists or not. If the limiting value is independent of path, then the limit limit exists. And if the limiting value depends on path, then the limit doesn't exist. So to approach to z equals to 0, we can approach to the family of straight line y equals to mx. So if you put here y equals to mx, then the limiting value will be converted to limit of x only. So here you need to find out z tends to 0, x square y square plus x minus y whole square. So that means limit xy tends to 0, 0. X square y square by x square y square plus x minus y whole square. So limit xy tends to 0, 0. That means whenever we'll put y equals to mx, so if I put y by mx, then the limit entire function will be converted to the function of x alone. So then the limiting value will be dependent on x only. So x tends to 0, x square, then y is mx, so m square x square, then x square into m square x square plus x minus mx whole square. So here limit x tends to 0, x to the power 4 m square by x to the power 4 m square plus x square into 1 minus m whole square. So x square will be deducted. So this becomes x square m square by x square m square plus 1 minus m whole square. So for this problem, x tends to 0. So if you put x equals to 0 here, so the limiting value becomes 0. But from here you can't conclude whether limit exists, because although it is not dependent on the path, but if you take any other path, the limit may exist. So from here, you can't conclude anything with the help of this theorem. Okay. But here, one thing you can identify that if you can proceed with any other path, that means you can choose the path y equals to mx square. So you need to choose the path in such a way that this path actually approaches towards 0, 0. Then by choosing two different paths, if you can show that the limiting value is independent of path, so although you can't say that limit exists or not, but you can't say that limit doesn't exist here. So from here, you need to conclude that since the limiting value is not dependent on the path, so in that case, we verify that limit may exist, but you can't conclude that limit exists by path dependent independent method. So you can write here that limit may exist. But if this limiting values depends on path, that means if this x square deducts in numerator and denominator and only this limiting value depends on aim, then at once you can say that the limit doesn't exist. Is that clear? Is that clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is everything that might come from my part. So 3 MCQs or 2 MCQs or 2 questions, long questions. So the MCQs will be given based on the definitions. So already I've discussed this. So you can go through this. So just I'm sharing this link. Okay, just wait. I'm sharing this link here. So here the Evernote link. So those who have the account in Evernote, just keep the link with you. Just copy the link and keep it with you. And if you have the Evernote account, then you can just click the link and view whatever I have written over here. And if you don't have any account, then just create an account in Evernote. Then you can go through if you wish. Otherwise, all these things I've shared in the note, which I've given in the Google Classroom. So from there also you can go through. Okay. So let me take the attendance first, then I'll be sharing the exam codes. So if you have any kind of doubts or queries without the question pattern for the question pattern for my portion, then without any hesitation, you can unmute yourself and ask me.
Sir, could you share that Evernote page? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I have given here the link to the chat box. Just see, I have given the link.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, I have given once more time. I have given one more time. Yeah. Okay. So AML rule number 1. Okay, 1 present. 2.
Present, sir.
3.
Present, sir.
4.
Present, sir.
5. 6.
Yes, sir.
7.
Present, sir.
8.
Present, sir.
9. 10. 11.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 10 present. 11.
Present, sir.
12.
Yes, sir.
13.
Yes, sir.
14.
Present, sir.
15. 16. 17.
Present, sir.
18. 19. 20. 21. 22.
Present, sir.
Okay, 21 present. 22. 23.
Present, sir. 23.
Yeah, given. 24. 5. 25.
24 present, sir.
24 given. 25. 26.
Present, sir.
27.
Present, sir.
28.
Yes, sir.
29. 30.
Yes,
30, 31.
Present, sir.
32. 33.
Present, sir.
34.
Present, sir.
35, 36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38, 39.
38 present.
Okay, 38 given, 39, 40,
Present, sir.
roll number 15 given. We have written in the chat box.
Sir, roll number 40 present.
Yeah, given. 41,
41
roll
present, sir.
39 present.
okay. 41,
41 present, sir.
39 is
39 given, 42, 43,
41 present, sir.
yeah, 41
Present,
given,
sir.
42, 43,
Present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45,
Present, sir.
46, 47,
Present, sir.
40, 48, 49, 50,
49 present, sir.
50. CSBS rule number 1. Uh, 29 given. CSBS rule number 1, 2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5, 6,
Present, sir.
7,
Present, sir.
8,
Present, sir.
9,
Present, sir.
10,
Present, sir.
11,
Yes, sir.
12,
Present, sir.
13,
Present, sir.
14,
Present, sir.
15, 15, 16,
Present, sir.
17, 18,
Present, sir.
19, 20,
Present, sir. 20 present, sir.
AML 46 given. 46 we have responded to. Where are you writing in the chat box again? So 21, CSB is 21, 22,
Present, sir. 22.
23,
Present, sir.
24,
Present, sir.
25,
Present, sir.
26, 27,
Present, sir.
28, 29,
Present, sir.
30, 31,
Present, sir.
32,
Present, sir.
28 present, sir.
give,
32 present, sir.
yeah, 32 give, 33,
Present, sir.
34,
Present, sir.
35,
Present, sir.
36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
39,
Yes, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
41, 42,
Yes, sir.
43,
Present, sir.
44, 45,
Present,
46,
sir. Present, sir.
47, 48,
Present, sir.
49, 50,
Present, sir.
51,
Present, sir.
52,
Present, sir.
yes, let me share the exam codes.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
For 41 CSV is present.
So these are the exam code and this is the link. Just click the link and provide your full enrollment number and exam code. Just someone from CSBS and AIML just check and let me know whether you can access it right now or not.
Yes, sir. It's accessible by CSBS.
Okay, thank you, Satrajit. So anyone from AIML?
Yes, sir. It's working for AIM.
Okay, thank you, Gaurav. So all of you complete the class test by 11:20 before the commencement of next class. So thank you all for attending today's class. Wishing you best of luck for upcoming mid-semester examinations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm leaving.